Welcome back. James Baldwin Outdoor Learning Center, also known as JBOLC, is building a healthier and greener Bronx community by engaging, integrating, educating, and serving the community, especially to low-income and marginalized people. Here to discuss what's new to the organization is founder Raymond Pultinas. How are you today?
Thank you. Very good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for joining us. So let's just jump right into it. Talk to us about James Baldwin Outdoor Learning Center and your mission.
Sure. We were founded in 2018, and after I started many of the sustainability projects back in 2009 as a full-time public high school teacher at DeWitt Clinton High School, and after I retired in 2017, we had started so many initiatives that we felt like we had to keep them going. And so in 2018, we started JBOLC with the mission to inquire about and propose project-based solutions at the juncture of food, environmental, and social justice.
That's amazing. Your work is very important to the community. And recently, on August 30th, you were promised that MGs Garden would not be destroyed. And I don't want to jump into, a lot of it, but just give us an update on that and everything.
Yeah, it was really, I think, kind of a tough year for us. Just that, there was some misunderstanding, perhaps, with the school administration, and but that has been resolved to a great extent. And what's happened is that I've been invited to be on a Clinton Garden advisory committee, and that's going to be comprised of students, teachers, and parents from each of the 4 located schools on the DeWitt Clinton educational campus. And it's, I'll be the only outside organization represented on this committee. And it's just, to us, it's really kind of what we've been asking for all along was, a kind of a structure for which we could, advise and kind of help steer, these garden spaces that we've grown and developed and loved for the last 10 years. So it really was a kind of like a breakthrough moment just recently when that happened.
That's beautiful. And BronxNet recently covered the market for James Baldwin birthday, correct?
Yeah.
Their celebration. So that's amazing. And we definitely support you guys. And as the market continues to grow, talk a little bit about the excitement with the markets.
Sure. Yeah. Well, we've kind of discovered that, this market, which we started last summer in the midst of COVID, we started in August of last year, has come to mean a lot to the community. Just a safe place, an outdoor space next to a beautiful garden where they can, shop for fresh, local farm food. And, all our vendors are sustainability minded. And it just seems like people can go there and study yoga at 11 with free class. We've also have so much programming going on every weekend. So we have the situation where we have a market where we're expecting people to come in and buy and support our vendors. And also they can hang out and do, participate in some of our programming. All the month of September, we've been studying insects and kind of trying to, we've had an insect table where kids can bring insects that they found alive or dead, but they can be identified, and there's lots of activities. And, we're having the culminating event of this is September 25th. It's in collaboration with the Highline, and it's called Insectageddon. and we'll have some local artists working with kids to design and some costume and gear, and we hope to set out on a kind of an insect parade on that day.
So that's Saturday, September 25th.
That's right, and we're doing a kind of a day festival on that day, kind of inviting some new vendors and some of the community organizations that have supported us and that serve the community. So it'll be a kind of a festive day, but to tell you the truth, every Saturday is kind of festive. It just has a nice vibe because people, like being there. We've got, even in when things were kind of looking grim for us, when we weren't permitted into the garden spaces, the community just responded because it means a lot, to have a place where you really see that finally a community has an actual space to kind of
Yeah.
be with each other and enjoy each other's company and meet people and also learn how to live more healthy and sustainably. So that's what we're all about.
And Raymond, you said earlier in the conversation that you started the market during the pandemic, correct?
Yeah.
Why was it so important for you to start it throughout the pandemic?
Well, at that time, as you recall, during the first wave, people were frightened, and many living in quarantine. People were afraid to go to the supermarkets, to any enclosed space. So just being able to provide the community with some semblance of, you know, uh, you know, reality that wasn't so fearful. Kind of like bringing people back. Sitting on the beautiful lawn next to the edible forest and the garden, it kind of became a setting of even healing. Many people just kind of needed a place to go and feel sane, and in a beautiful setting, and to bring their kids and to kind of start acting normal again. And so it was really last year. We had an amazing year. It was very satisfying to be a part of something that was so alive and kind of full of hope, and especially for children. I think not being able to go to school and spending so much time at home, it kind of was liberating just to have this space available.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely important for the children. And you mentioned everything that's going on in September, but how about for the colder months ahead? What do you
Well,
have planned?
yeah, well, we're going all the way to November 20th.
Oh,
October, starting in October 16th, actually, we're working with the Literary Freedom Project, um, and we're going to do a one book, one Bronx reading group on the lawn. We're going to be reading Audre Lorde. So, that's exciting. And plus, typically we have our Harvest Festival in November. And we'll be helping people get their Thanksgiving meals together because we'll be open right on that Thursday, Saturday right before Thanksgiving.
now is the center open for the public throughout 20, I mean throughout, 7 days a week or no?
Unfortunately, not at this
Okay.
time. But we run the market on Saturday, and we have a permit in place for Saturday and Sunday. So Sunday is really when our we can kind of spend some time with community gardeners, and we're maintaining primarily the MGs Garden and Edible Forest, the area right next to the market.
Okay. Are there any volunteer opportunities for the public?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we, at this time of the season, and not having been able to really garden the way we wanted to, it's not as crucial, I guess, at this point. But one of the exciting things, now being part of this Clinton Garden Advisory Committee, we'll be able to schedule more community volunteer hours. We had all of last summer, we had Thursdays, after school for the community to come in. I'm not sure what we'll be able to negotiate in terms of, more community involvement, but certainly the weekends, the space will be open to the community.
Thank you, Raymond, so much. Anything else you would like to add about the market or in general?
Yeah, well, just, we also accept SNAP and EBT. We're really looking, for people to come to the market and, buy healthy food. We also have a lot of planning, to engage the public in how to actually prepare food. So coming in October, we hope to, make the food even more accessible to people as we demonstrate in interesting ways. And I can't really reveal all of the plans yet because they're still in formation, but we expect to, really engage people on how to, eat more healthy foods. And that starts with, our farmer and the fresh vegetables that he brings.
Yes. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Raymond, for joining us here today.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
of course. We'll be right back with more Open BX RX Tuesday.